Belmar, Airmark, and Crookstown to be introduced, Farmers Bank, Magnolia Radio, Kingston HE, People's Bank, Reliance Small Service, Southern Arkansas University. Suddenly, Magnolia Reporter, Representative David Phillips.
Good evening. Let me thank the organization for giving me an opportunity to come and share and be with you in this program this evening. It's a wonderful opportunity. Most of all, thank you for allowing me to be your representative for Columbia County as well as Washington County District 5. I hope that I am doing a great job, and I hope that you are proud of sending me there. And if I can do anything to help you in the future, please don't hesitate to let me know. Now, the first recipient is the Horizon Award recipient. This is Chelsea Spurlock. The citation reads, Chelsea Spurlock, the South Arkansas Women Network recognizing women of their contribution to the community life and honors women of their accomplishments. And whereas Chelsea Spurlock, who is being recognized by SWAN, received the Horizon Award, and the House of Representatives of the 8th General Assembly of the State of Arkansas take great pride in recognizing Chelsea for her many accomplishments and wishes her well in her endeavor. Now therefore, pursuant to the motion made by David Fielden and Samuel Lang Jean, the Arkansas House of Representatives directs that this citation be presented on this 30th day of June, 2011. It is signed by myself and Representative Jean, the Speaker of the House, Speaker Moore, and our parliamentarian, Tim Massanet. Congratulations. Next would be the introduction of the Achievement Award recipient of Ms. Tanya Gaston. Let's get some direction here. Ms. Gaston, your citation reads that the SWAN, the South Arkansas Women Network, recognize that women of their contribution to the community life and honor, women of their accomplishments, and whereas Tanya Gaston, who is being recognized as the SWAN, received a Career Achievement Award, and whereas the House of Representatives of the 8th General Assembly of the State of Arkansas take great pride in recognizing Tanya for her many accomplishments and wishes her well in the future endeavor. Now therefore, pursuant by the motion that was by Representative David Fielden and Samuel Lang Jean, that the Arkansas House of Representatives directs that this citation be presented on the 30th day of June, 2011, signed by myself and Representative Lang Jean, the Speaker Moore, and our House parliamentarian, Mr. Tom Massanet. Congratulations. Ms. Kevin Hambrice. Says that the citation is the South Arkansas Women Network recognizing women of their accomplishments to the community life and honors women for their accomplishments. And whereas Ms. Hambrice, who has been recognized by SWAN, received the Career Achievement Award, and that the House of Representatives of the 8th General Assembly of the State of Arkansas take great pride in recognizing Kevin Hambrice for her many accomplishments and wishes her well in her future endeavor. Now therefore, pursuant to the motion by Representative David Fielden and Samuel Lang Jean, that the Arkansas House of Representatives directs that this citation be presented to her on the 30th day of June, 2011, signed by myself and Representative Lang Jean, Speaker Moore of the House, and our House parliamentarian. Congratulations. This award, and I see why they have the last one. This award, the next award, it says it's the Lifetime Achievement Award. And that speaks volume of itself. Ms. Gertrude Henderson. life and honors women of their accomplishments. And where Ms. Gertrude Henderson, who has been recognized by the Swarm, received the Lifetime Achievement Award. And the House of Representatives of the 88th General Assembly of the State of Arkansas, they take great pride in recognizing Ms. Gertrude Henderson for her many accomplishments and wishes her well in her future endeavor. And therefore, pursuant to the motion presented by Representative David Fielding and Samuel Lane Jean, that Arkansas House of Representatives take great pride and direct this citation to be presented on this 30th day of June 2011, signed by myself, Representative Lane Jean, the Speaker Moore of the House, and our House parliamentarian, Mr. Tim Massinelli. Congratulations on your many works. Let's give all the women a great round of applause.
The Horizon Award honors college or young business professional women serving as a role model for young women in Columbia County. Honorees are women under the age of 26 who have exhibited exemplary leadership through community service, honors, and awards, or unique endeavors. Tonight we honor Chelsea Spurlock with the South Arkansas Women's Network Horizon Award. Chelsea is a graduate of Magnolia High School and Southern Arkansas University. She was Broadcast Journalism Student of the Year in 2009 and was inducted into Alpha Chi National College Honor Society in 2010. Here to tell you all about Chelsea, please welcome Rodney Rowe.
I'd like to thank Mark for cutting my speech in half, because I read about half of that as I was going through here on some of the things that I was going to say. Before we get started, we'd like to mention that I've been asked to give an announcement that each and every person in here should go out to the parking lot, roll down all the windows on the building, so that I'm trying to get that rain on here. Okay? I am thankful for what we've had, but I would like to see just a little bit more while we're here this afternoon. I'm doubly blessed to be here. First of all, to be able to speak to this group and do the presentation for the 2011 South Arkansas Women's Network Horizon Award. But I'm also blessed because I know this young lady very well for about the past 6 years or so. And she is one of my favorite people, so I'm very pleased to be here tonight. You heard the criteria for the nominees for this award. This year's recipient is Chelsea Spurlock, and she meets and exceeds all of the requirements and the criteria for this award. She's a lifelong resident of South Arkansas. She's born in Hope, Arkansas. It didn't take her long to get to Magnolia. She's lived here, was raised by her grandparents, Bill and Mary Jo Rogers. She continues to have very strong ties here in Magnolia. She was active in Magnolia High School, in the Student Council, the Art Club, Today's Youth, Tomorrow's Leaders, that's TYTL, and the Youth Advisory Council, which we all call YAC, for those who have worked with it for a long time. Those are the two that are near and dear to my heart. She was also active as a member of the Quiz Bowl, Drama Club, Science Club, Letterman Swim Team, Arkansas Association of Youth Young Artists, and the Internship Club. And with all of that going on, it wasn't enough, so she worked 2 jobs also while she was in high school, in addition to all these other activities. And she still graduated with honors from Magnolia High School in 2007 with a 3.9 grade point average. During that time, she was also very active with volunteer activities with Relay for Life, and initiated or assisted with multiple fundraiser activities for that group while she was in high school. She assisted with disaster assistance from Hurricane Katrina, victims with the Diapers for Katrina Drive, worked on many operations for Christmas child boxes, Angel Tree sponsor, fundraiser for one of her teachers whose husband was stricken with cancer. She's done just a little bit of everything. I met Chelsea in 2005 when she was selected to participate in the TYTL program here in Columbia County. This is a program that was instituted by Leadership Magnolia to qualify for that program. I was on the selection committee for TYTL. why she wanted to be a part of that group. She was a very active participant in the TYTL program. And after the TYTL was completed, she joined YAC, Youth Advisory Council, with which I was also associated at the time. She was again active in this group in helping identify the needs of youth in Columbia County and working through an endowment program to issue grants to organizations and groups that are committed to meeting the needs of those youth. While she was a member of YAC, Chelsea applied for the Pringle YAC Scholarship. This is a $10,000 scholarship that's presented to one YAC participant each year. This is based on YAC involvement, on community service, grade point average, and also on plans for the future. The scholarship recipient is selected from nominees from 26 different YAC groups around the state of Arkansas, and Chelsea was selected to receive that scholarship in 2007. That is an unbelievable honor that she received in that time. Been utilizing that scholarship along with one that she received from Southern Arkansas University, that's hard for me to say. Chelsea enrolled here at SAU in the fall of 2007. When she enrolled, she already had 9 hours of college credits from AP classes that she'd taken in high school. She immediately declared her major as journalism. She wanted to be a writer most of her life. She declared her minor as history, and she sees these things as going hand in hand. But Chelsea says that she sees journalists as reporters of history, and she takes her work very, very seriously. While at SAU, Chelsea chose to concentrate on academics rather than a lot of extracurricular activities, but she still found time to participate in the French Club and was also inducted into the Alpha Chi National College Honor Society in 2010. She was selected also as the Broadcast Journalism Student of the Year in 2008. Chelsea is a graduate from SAU, Magna Cum Laude, with a BA in Mass Communications in the fall of 2010. When I graduated from college in 19, my parents were just saying, instead of Magna Cum, they were saying, thank you, Bobby. Chelsea started working as a reporter with Banner News newspaper here in Magnolia in January 2011, shortly after she graduated for a journalism degree. She loves the newspaper business, but her long-term goal, and I hope I'm not surprising my supervisors or anything, is not to work with that all of her life, but to work in public relations for either a corporation or with a not-for-profit organization. Very worthwhile goal. This past spring, Chelsea enrolled in the graduate program at the University of Memphis. She enrolled in their online journalism program, which is one of the best in the South. She chose this school of study because of the quality of education she can receive there, as well as being able to stay here in Columbia County and still complete her Master's of Arts in Journalism. At the end of this summer, she will have only 18 hours for completion of her Master's degree. Not too bad for someone her age. Too often, the youth of Columbia County seem to be ready to get out of town and to go to school somewhere else, to further their career somewhere else, all those opportunities. Just as soon as they get out of high school, they're ready to hit the road and get out of here. I am very thankful that Chelsea has made the commitment that she attended SAU here and then to work in this area of the state. I commend her for this attitude, and we need more like her to do this in this area. Let's look back at that criteria one more time for the Horizon Award. Under the age of 26, serving as a role model for young women in Columbia County, or exhibiting exemplary leadership through community service, honors, and awards for unique endeavors. As I said earlier, I think Chelsea exceeds all of these requirements. I'm going to close with a quote from Chelsea's own words here. She said, "I am happy with the way my life is going and plan on it getting better as long as I work hard to accomplish my goals. I never have and never will settle for less than excellent in anything and everything I try to do. Perfection is never really attainable, but it is always desirable." That last sentence one more time. Perfection is never really attainable, but is always desirable. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you what I consider to be the perfect recipient for the 2011 Song Horizon Award, Miss Chelsea
do with my life as far as working for non-for-profit, or not-for-profit, just because the good that you can do and everything. So I really think that Jack and TYTL had a huge impact on me, and they also helped me accomplish my goals because I got a $2,000 scholarship. So that really, really helped me. And I'm just, really thankful and really honored that I was, given this award. When they called me and told me that I got my Horizon Award, I really didn't know what it was. And I had to ask around at work as far as what it was, and then once I figured out what it was, I was really honored and really excited, but at first I was just kind of confused, I guess, because I didn't really know what it was. But now that I know what it is, I'm very happy and very honored. And I would just like to thank the South Arkansas Women's Network and my family, who have always, really pushed me to do the absolute best that I always can, and instilled a tremendous work ethic in me as far as never settling for less and always striving to achieve everything you ever wanted, and just never settle for less. And that's really what my grandpa especially, he always inspired me since I was little. And thank you, Mr. Robbie, and thank you, South Arkansas Women's Network. It's quite an honor. The Career Achievement Award honors women who have achieved a major career advancement or recognition in their professions within the preceding 2 calendar years. This evening, we have selected 2 women that have met this criteria. Tanya Gaston has been described as a woman of integrity. She is truly devoted to helping the needs of Columbia County and surrounding areas through her memberships in numerous organizations. She attributes her career and personal success to her faith in God, the support of her family, and a lot of hard work and dedication. Here to tell you all about Tanya is Annette Kate. Please welcome Annette.
Tonight, I'm honored to introduce Tanya Gaston, a recipient of the South Arkansas Women's Network Career Achievement Award. I'd like to share with you how I met
first of all, give honor and respect to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because I believe that without Him teaching me values through the Word, giving me the skill and favor with people whom I did not know. When I came to Magnolia, Miss Pate was probably the only person I really knew from those conferences. But I was embraced by the customer service team that's on Jackson Street. Cammie Hambross with the chamber. She immediately started introducing me to people in the community. We had Mayor Lane Jean was the mayor at that time. He's not mayor anymore, but when Mayor Parnell Van came aboard, I went to his office and he immediately embraced me there. And Cammie was also instrumental in getting me nominated to be a Rotarian here in Magnolia. So there's just a whole host of people that embraced me and just took me in and showed me who I needed to be in contact with so that I could provide the customer service that you all were accustomed to receiving from previous managers, especially Ms. Diane Tatum. I cannot fill her shoes, but believe me, she is a mentor for me, and I am trying to get there. I may never get there, but I will aspire to do as good a job as she did for you. I also would like to acknowledge my mom, who is here with me tonight, and my aunt. I wanted to say this about my mom because I don't tell her how much I love and appreciate her enough. But it was my mom who always supported me and made me believe that I could accomplish my goals. She inspired me to always do my best in school and to always be nice to people even when they were not being nice to me. And this has provided a foundation for me to succeed in attaining my educational goals and developing relationships with people who have pushed me beyond my expectations. I also would like to thank Ms. Diane Tatum, even though she could not be here tonight. Diane, as you have already heard, is my former supervisor. She's also my current friend and mentor. I worked for Ms. Tatum for 10 years, and she was the one who encouraged me to continue to stretch my goals. Every time we would have evaluation, she says, Tanya, what do you want to do 5 years from now? After a while, I was thinking, I don't know. What should I be doing 5 years from now? But she would always provide those opportunities, golden opportunities, putting me in the right places, putting me in front of the right people, and always encouraging me to get that bachelor's degree. You don't want to wait till you get my age. I was almost her age when I went back. I went back in 2006. But, you know, I give her the respect and honor that she is due because she has been so inspirational in me meeting my career goals. And I also want to give recognition to my supervisor, my current boss, Mr. Greg Asbell is here tonight. My colleague, Mr. Bill Luther, came in from El Dorado. Greg came in from Hot Springs, and then I have my church family here. They just totally surprised me. And I am so glad that they came out to support me, and I want you all to know how much I really appreciate it. In my closing, I want each of you to know that this is a very special evening for me, an extraordinary blessing to be a recipient of this award. And I will always cherish the memory of receiving this honor and all the people in my life that have contributed to my success. Thank you, women of the South Arkansas Women Network. Thank you, family, and thank you, friends.
Our next career achievement recipient is Cammie Hambross. Cammie is a woman of many Please welcome Scott White to give us insight on Katie Hambrice.
Well, you heard about my friend Katie Hambrice, head of Magnolia Chamber of Commerce. Really what Candy is, she's Magnolia's head cheerleader. That's what her job is to talk about Magnolias, to bring people to Magnolia. I had the opportunity to get to know Candy and her husband Ronnie a few years ago in their home building business. I was at the bank one day and Candy walked in and she said, "I want to start my own business." And I think I probably said something like, "Are you crazy?" I probably did. And, but you know, there's one thing that made it different. She had spent a lot of time researching. She had the actual business experience to do it. She was willing to listen to the advice of people around her. Those are some of the things that made her a success in it. She had done it a long time. She went and bought a building on the square that was over 100 years old. They renovated it. They got it started. And the community was born. And it was a success. It was almost an instant success overnight. About that time, she got elected to the chamber board. About a year later, I got elected to the chamber board again. But about the time I got on, our chamber president, he decided that he needed to resign and devote more time to his business. So the obvious choice for the chamber president's position was Candy Hambrice. She had given new life to downtown. Her heart was there. So we elected her to be the chamber president. Then something else happened about a month later, I think it was. The executive director of the chamber decided to leave and go somewhere else. So we needed a new executive director. Candy Hambrice was the obvious choice. She had already talked about selling her business. The right opportunity came along. She got the business sold. She became the executive director of the chamber. And I think about a year went by and I got to be her boss. I got to be the chamber president, so I got to be her boss. But there was about 4 years there that we worked very close together. And she made things happen for the chamber. You know, she became chamber executive director, and she hadn't looked back. She took on the role of MEDC director twice. She's in that role the second time now. She leads the Blossom Festival. She makes many different things happen with that Blossom Festival. I was asking her this year, "Why do you want to do this or why do you want to do that?" She said, "You got to make it grow. You got to get more people coming to town." That's the thing she's trying to do. She gets people to town. She wants them spending money in the restaurants. She wants them spending night in the hotel. She's always thinking of ways to get word out about Magnolia. You know, she's a true ambassador for Magnolia. The politicians in Little Rock and Washington know who Candy Hambrice is. They know about Magnolia. Folks in Shreveport, Monroe, Texarkana, they know where Magnolia is because of Candy Hambrice. She works diligently to get people to eat, sleep, and play here in Magnolia. She has a true vision. When you see Candy coming, you know she's working on something to make Magnolia a better place. And she's got something for you to do to work with her to make it happen. She'll call me up and say, "Hey, we've got to cook steaks for X number of people." And you don't argue with her, you just do it. Over the years, she's gone from being a baseball mom to now being a grandmother, even though she's not old enough to be a grandmother. But she's Magnolia's head cheerleader. That's what she does day in and day out, 24/7. I want to introduce you to my friend, Candy Hambrice.
Scott and I've been holding hands a long time, so I still have to hold his hand, show him the way. I'm so humbled and honored to receive this award. It really, when you feel like you don't really deserve something or you're not worthy, that's kind of how I felt when Karen Weedle called me, and I tried to argue with her that there's probably somebody else they should give it to, and I thank the South Arkansas Women's Network for doing that. I've had 30 years of on-the-job training. I've taken things that I've learned at one job and used them at the next job to help make me a better employee. And when I got ready to open my own business, I took some God-given abilities and worked with others to make it happen. Some of the people that I worked with were People's Bank. Scott White and Todd Smith sitting back there, they were baby
we've kind of grown up together in the community, and they both served on the chamber board and on the MEDC board with me, and we've just walked together a long time. Another community entity that I used was the Small Business Development Center, and Paul Considine was there then, and by the way, they replaced him with a woman. But we won't go there. But he was there, and he was the devil's advocate, and, you know, that's a free service, and I used it. You know, when you're opening a small business, you ain't got any money. And so you have to go where you can get some things that are free, and he was the devil's advocate. Did I say he was the devil's advocate? He was the devil's advocate. And between him and Scott White, you had to look at everything. And someone else that was a help to me was Dudley Talbot. He had been a former boss and knew a lot about retail and those kinds of things, and he taught me a lot when I worked for him. And I went and sat on his back porch one night, and he helped me figure out how much money I was going to have to buy inventory for that business. And so there was resources there. And then I have a man in my life that stands beside me and in front of me and behind me, whatever it is that I need, and encourages me and has a lot of sweat equity involved in the things that I do. And I couldn't do it without my family, and my children are here tonight, and my new grandbabies. If you hear one crying, I'll be the one smiling the biggest. So, but it takes a community sometimes, and we have all the resources that I needed to be successful right here in Magnolia, Arkansas. I didn't have to go looking somewhere else. This town had all that I needed, and then I had friends and support, people that did business with me and traded with me, and I appreciate that. And the downtown merchants were always an encouragement to me and helped me get my business up and going. And, you know, we refer to Jennifer Hubbard as the square mother. That's what she is. She took me under her arm and helped me along the way. As we look at the square and the things that go on down there, there's about 57 businesses that are kind of in the little square area. 35 of those 57 businesses are either owned or managed by women. And I think that says a lot for our town. Our square is our calling card. Not that we don't have other great businesses in this town, we do. We have lots of great businesses and industry. But the square is what people, you know, that's our signature. That's what brings people to town a lot of times in the shopping. And so it says a lot for women in our community. I'd like to accept this award tonight for myself and for the people that helped me along the way, because it was a lot of people. And my friends and my family are here tonight, and I appreciate them. But I thank the Women's Network for what y'all do in this community. Dana and Laura Cleveland and Mary Nell and Margie Blair and there's just people in this room. Annette Pate, I wouldn't know what I would do in Rotary without her. She keeps me on. And Shirley Hopkins is, every time I turn around, I'm going to her for help too. And there's just a lot of women in this community that make things happen. And I appreciate all that y'all do. And you help make Magnolia and Columbia County a success. And I thank you. And I thank you for this award.
The Lifetime Achievement Award is reserved for women in the area who have achieved milestones in a profession or career over an extended period of time. All of these selections are difficult to narrow down because there are so many women in our community who have contributed so much to our growth and well-being in Magnolia. Tonight we honor Gertrude Henderson with the Lifetime Achievement Award. Gertrude Henderson has had many successes in her life. From early on, she was taught how to make a difference in her life and the lives of others. She has continued to make that difference through her help and dedication to Magnolia and surrounding counties for several decades. Please welcome Shirley Hawkins to introduce you to Gertrude Henderson.
Good evening. Our lifetime recipient exemplifies a life led with meaning, with purpose, and with success. When we think about a lifelong career, usually we try to identify just one thing that a person has done. But Ms. Henderson has, through her life, achieved many accomplishments. She began her career as a home economics teacher, and in that, she affected the lives of her students and her co-workers, because, you know, the home economics teachers, they're usually the ones that kind of mother everyone, you know, they guide the young ladies through life, especially if they don't have that guidance coming from home. They rely on the home economics teachers, so they affect a lot of lives. Later, she joined the Cooperative Extension Service, and there she had 33 years of hard work with the Extension Service. And in her capacity there with the Extension Service, I don't know how many of you in this room are familiar with the Extension Service, but in the family life area, you kind of have to know a lot about a lot of things. Anything that it takes for people to survive and improve their life, you need to know it, or you need to know how to find it. And Ms. Henderson did this for 33 years. That's a lifetime in itself, because there is no 8 to 4 or 8 to 5. It's from can to can. And during this time, she was instrumental in guiding families that were won Farm Family of the Year. She worked with 4-H'ers on trips, improving their self-esteem, getting them ready for competitions. And I'm sure in some of her photo albums, she has pictures of 4-H'ers that she has nurtured through, and they're all productive citizens now. I was not one of her 4-H'ers, but I can say that she has been a mentor to me, because when I came to Columbia County, I followed in her footsteps. I remember when I came over here, people were still relying on her for information. And to show you what a gracious professional she is, when people would call her, because they didn't know me, you know, they didn't trust me, they didn't know anything, they didn't know whether I knew anything, and really didn't care. You know, they knew Ms. Henderson knew. But she was a person, and looking out for me, she would advise them, you know, you call Ms. Hopkins, she'll help you. And I always thought that that was so wonderful, you know, that she was still guiding me along and helping me make a difference in the lives of Arkansans. After 33 years, she retired from Extension and joined her husband, the late A.C. Henderson, who founded Henderson's Mortuary Incorporated. She served there, continuously serves tirelessly in her church and her community, and helping with various civic organizations here in town. Currently, she is the proprietress of Henderson Mortuary Incorporated, where she and her staff have provided service for over 60 years. So when you add 60, 33, and some of those years overlap, that's a lifetime. That's a lifetime. And you still got to get the home economics years in there. But as a young person, she the work ethic was put in, you know, instilled in her when she was growing up in Durham, Arkansas. And then she went to Tuskegee University, a prestigious university, and I'm sure they helped to compound that. And with her educational skills, she has affected many, many lives in Nevada County and Jefferson County and here in Columbia County. It gives me great pleasure to introduce you to my role model, my advisor, and my dear friend. I present you Ms. Gertrude Town Henderson, our 2011 Lifetime Achievement Award recipient.
Good evening. Well, in church I do adding up my years. enjoy every moment of it. And you are working with boys and adults, because that's the heart of the family. And